In the first form, we start out like this. We cross our arms in the middle gate, we cross them again in the upper gate. And that traces or defines what we call the central line. So incrementally, all the points in space between these two borders are called the central lines. So generally, we block in the center and punch along the central line. That way our body's behind the block. It's a supported block. So if a round punch came and I did a woo-sao, my body's behind the block, but I'm able to strike on my central line. So in order for you to be able to hit with two hands at the same time, generally we try to block on the center, strike along the central line. If I were to do a tan sao, I might practice it this way, punching on my central line, but it would be used tan out here, punch along my central line like that. Now this also works in a side neutral stance. I also define my central line here, so now I can punch incrementally any point in space between those two borders. So I guard myself and my central line, block on my center line. My center line always faces away from my opponent, whether I'm in a front stance or a side neutral. So the Wing Chun guard would be on your central line. If I were facing square, it would look like this, but this isn't practical because I can be hit in the face. I'd have to turn to the side. So my guards are on my central line, not on my center line, exposing my face to a target. We can also block on the central line. The only difference with that, the central line I can't hit you at the same time. I'd have to do some other move. I'd have to do something, a kick, or something else like that. This could be used against a choi lei foot, diagonal strike. So if a person came diagonally to strike me, I can block, carry their arm along a path, and strike from there. So if he throws a round punch to my head, I block on the center, strike on the central line. Do it again. Throw a round punch, block on the center, strike on the central line. If he did I could do a woo-sao on the center. So that's what, usually we face the point of contact. So we're able to hit along the central line. Now there are some instances, throw with your left hand, or I may block on my central line. The only thing about that is I'm unable to hit at the same time. So I have to do some other movement to get around. So if he does the punch with the left hand, when I block here, I have to do something to get around. Okay? That's good.